Welcome everybody. Today's video finds me in Orlando, Florida, home of Walt Disney World, and have I been having fun. Welcome everyone. The reason for today's video is to just kind of play a little bit of catch up. If you've been watching my videos, you're probably watching videos right now that were from my Seattle trip. And just to give you a little background on the process, when I do these visits and these trips, I don't have a person to help me with editing. I do all of that on my own. So sometimes during the trip itself, it's really hard for me to gather all of the footage that I took and edit it together and then get it posted. So typically that waits until I get home. And so you see things that are delayed a little bit. And right now I am at Walt Disney World, so I wanted to just kind of fill you in on what I'm doing, and that will whet your appetite for videos that are coming. Now right now it is Flower and Garden, and as an annual pass holder I did pick up this pin. Now I was kind of surprised that a lot of the pins were already sold out and we're only halfway through Flower and Garden. So you know, I love Figment, so right there, hopefully we can get that in focus. But that is the pin that I picked up, and this is a special edition Figment for Flower and Garden. And the only other one that they had was an egg, and it had Donald's face kind of on an egg, and it just looked kind of strange. Now the reason for the egg is they have a thing going on right now where you're supposed to try to find the hidden eggs throughout the park. And I was only able to find one of them, by the way. I really wasn't actively looking for it, but when I came across, the one I saw was in Japan. And I thought, oh, that's kind of neat. So I see the point of it. They're tying the pins into an activity they have going right now. But I really like Figment, so I think this limited release pin is a nice little souvenir. Now the other thing I got, and you can see all that when the video comes out, and the other thing I got was my pass holder magnet. Now this one, as you can see, has Pluto on it, and they switch magnets halfway through the event. And the new magnet comes out tomorrow. So I picked a good week to be here. Not only am I going to get the Pluto magnet, but I can stop in tomorrow, and I believe the next magnet is going to be Daisy. I think it's Daisy. And so I'll get the Daisy and the Pluto magnet. So I'm pretty happy about that. So it has been a rainy week. Now I know the 3 o'clock rain always comes in Orlando, particularly in spring, but that 3 o'clock rain has been hovering over me all week. And without spoiling too much, but it's fun to watch nevertheless, there was the Dennis DeYoung concert, Dennis DeYoung from Styx at the Flower and Garden at Epcot. And long story short, it got rained out. But it's just kind of an interesting thing. You know, we're all waiting, we're sitting in the bleachers, and that line went on forever. And then the rain came, and it chased everybody away. Now, I shouldn't say chased everybody away. Some people are underneath the cover, but you can watch a video and see the rest of it that happened. And I did try some of the foods, of course. That's part of the fun of Flower and Garden. Half the fun is looking at the topiaries, looking at the beautiful flowers, seeing the displays. They sometimes have speakers talking about how you can put a garden together. There is the section on the honeybees. So there's so much going on. But aside from that, it's the food, right? So I did sample, I shouldn't say a lot of the food, but a cross section of the food. And there was one very popular item. Not a brand new item this year, but one that's been at the Flower and Garden Festival in past years. I tried it for the first time. I just didn't like it. So you can tune in for that video and see what that was. Then I took a day at Magic Kingdom and did a lot of fun things there. And one of the things that I decided to look at were different things you can do at Magic Kingdom that doesn't entail standing in line or waiting or getting a fast pass. And I thought that would be something fun to do. So I had some things in mind, just my favorite. I mean, there's so many things that could go on forever and ever, but I picked a few of my favorite things that you can just go and do and not have to worry about that whole standing in line. So much of that, I think, it adds to that frustration and the stress of what should be a really fun day. So I went and looked at a lot of those things. You know, there may be the second tier activities, but they're things that are so much fun. I think if you miss it, you really miss out. So that's what I've been doing this week. And I met some people who came up to me. They recognized me from the channel. We chatted a little bit. And they are also launching their own website. So I'll be talking about that when the full videos come out. But I'm not done yet, because I still have some time here. Tomorrow I'm going to go back to Epcot. I'm going to get my other magnet, and I am going to go to the studios, and I am going to see the new Lightning McQueen. I don't know, it's not quite a ride, but it's an attraction, and I want to go and see that. And I still want to get back to Magic Kingdom, because I don't know if you're aware of it, but the train is now down, because they had to dig up that portion of the track where Tron is going in. And so both that and the Grand Prix racetrack, well, those are both down. But the train is parked up by the station. And I hadn't gone up there the other day, but I believe that you can go up there and have some good photo ops sitting in the train. So we're going to do that. So that is sort of a quick preview of what's coming up in future videos. As soon as the Seattle series is done, we'll be getting right into the Orlando and Walt Disney World. And there's also a couple of other things during this trip that I stopped and talked on, some interesting little side tidbits that I videotaped and tell some stories along the way. So I hope you enjoy what's coming up on the channel. As always, thank you for joining me. I encourage you to like and share the videos, write your comments down below, ring the bell icon so you know when I post new videos, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Thanks everyone, I'm Mark from the Average Me channel.